Hi, beautiful. Today we are going to be discussing high value social climbing activities that you can partake in for the rest of 2025 and beyond. Now, if you're not familiar with social climbing and you may not know the benefits of it, social climbing is essentially transcending socioeconomic classes and therefore being able to move into rooms, be around different people that you may have not had access to prior. They may be seen as having more prestigious jobs or being a part of more prestigious groups, and by networking with someone that may be perceived at a higher class, this allows you to network, make better business connections, and honestly partake in romantic connections that you wouldn't have had the opportunity to partake in prior to. So, often on this channel, we talk about the looks, we talk about the habits that you need to cultivate in order to become a woman with even more value. But let's start talking about certain activities and certain rooms that you need to start integrating yourself into so that way you can actually display all of the amazing work that you've been pouring into yourself. So, our first place, an activity that you need to start partaking in, is gallery openings and art shows. Now, obviously, if you're someone who's fond of art, there is a big reason why you should be in these rooms. Art is beautiful. I personally love it and have started my own collection. But the reason why you want to start partaking in this activity is because art shows, art events attract cultured and successful crowds, right? And so you want to be making sure that you're rubbing elbows with people who think like this, who have an elevated, high value mindset, because their energy, their essence will begin to rub off on you. And a little tip is you want to go to shows hosted by well known curators or luxury brand sponsors. Wherever you live, whatever region, I want you to start searching up top artists in this area and seeing when will they be having a next showcase or exhibit, and keep that in the front of your mind. A lot of art galleries, a lot of art shows may cost. However, a lot of them actually have, free nights or free days throughout the month. So definitely make sure that you look out for that, especially if you live in a major city. Typically, art shows and art museums typically have like free days or free passes that you're able to go in, enjoy, and experience all of the different exhibitions that they have on display. The second activity that I want you to partake in is coffee chats and brunch meetups. So, one, I love this because this sort of environment is low pressure. It's an easy way to connect one on one with potential mentors, creators, and possibly new friends. Who doesn't love to eat? Who doesn't enjoy a good mimosa? Having light conversation. I think when people think of networking, they think of solely discussing whether their industry or whatever it is, the main topic. But anyone who's had successful networking interactions knows that oftentimes the best people that end up helping you out or the best people that you end up connecting with, the conversation will spew off into different topics, to maybe where you like to travel, what are you guys' favorite hobbies, not necessarily the industry that you may have been brought to work on. So when you're having coffee chats, when you're having brunch meetups, it's such a low stake environment that you don't feel pressure to speak solely about the industry and maybe certain things that's recently happening. You feel comfortable, you feel calm enough to just speak about a wide variety of things and connect with the other person. The third thing that you need to partake in is conferences and professional mixers. So some major ones is Afrotech, C2 Montreal, Grace Hopper, Toronto Tech Week. These are major events where people come from all over the country to experience, to network for industry specific needs, right? So you're working literally, or you're meeting people that work in your industry. You're able to connect, get a position, find a mentor that is specific to what it is that you do. It's a great environment to also surround yourself culturally with people who are doing great in the industry or people of different backgrounds. It's also great to meet mentors, collaborators, and honestly, potential career partners as well. The fourth thing that you want to do is wellness retreats or spa days. So it's super important for cultivating that soft life that you do take care of yourself. You relax, you make sure that you work hard, so you play hard, and you treat yourself wisely. It's super important for high value networking in luxury, calm environments. No matter how hard we all work, it's super important that you do take care of yourself. You take care of your skin, you take care of your body, you work yourself hard. Make sure that you're going to wellness retreats where other like minded people go, because you literally never know who you may be getting a facial next to, who you may be getting a massage next to, who you may be doing the cold plunge or hopping in the pool next to. Everyone likes to relax, so this is a great spot to network and rub elbows with the likes of the elites in your community. Our fifth activity is master classes and invite only workshops. Now, this is really unique because it curates a very private space, right? Specifically when it's about topics such as investing, etiquette, wealth building, luxury branding. This allows you to meet ambitious, like minded women or men and level up your own skills. So while you're able to learn, the latest industry trends and secrets, you're also learning with and from other people who are doing the same exact thing as you and are looking to expand themselves. When you're in rooms such as this, you're surrounded by people who also have a growth mindset, which is one of the most important things to do when you're looking for other people to expand your network with, right? Especially partners. You want people that are thinking like you, on the same wavelength that you as you, and looking to just expand and do better overall. The sixth thing, which is super fun, is intro to golf or tennis socials. Right? Sports, especially now that it's warm, is something that people really love to do. Activities have been historically tied to high power circles, so it's great to meet high status men or women, executives in low key stakes. Everyone's having fun. Maybe they're having, a drink on the course. It's light, it's airy, everyone's in a great mood, and you're also moving your body, staying fit, and looking good while doing it. So, hey, if you're not into golf, you're not into tennis, think about taking up volleyball, which is also super fun and honestly an underrated activity that everyone should think about getting into. Eight, co working days at elite spaces. So, this could be your Soho house, this could be your work house, whatever. A lot of us work remote, we work from home, and oftentimes you get so comfortable being in your home, being in your apartment, not changing your scenery, interacting only with your coworkers via a screen. Over time, that gets boring. And so I suggest you try out, even see if you can get a day pass at a co-working space near you, because you're surrounded by people just like you who are working from home and just want to get out of the house for a little bit. So take some time to consider getting a pass so that way you can be productive and positioned to network with creative and startup professionals that may be in your similar industry. Next, I want you to consider signing up for women in business or tech panels, even if these aren't your direct industries. The reason why is because it is a great place to be inspired and meet women who can open doors. One of the most amazing things about the soft life and honestly the age that we are in is that you're able to see other women live the life of your dreams. So when you're at these events, you're able to connect and honestly expand what it is you even thought that you'd be capable of doing, living, and experiencing by seeing other women do it, right? So, whoever is your favorite creator, whoever is your favorite motivational speaker, see if you can attend a seminar by them in person so that way you can really bask in their essence. You can really feel that energy radiating off of them, and you're able to honestly feel that, accept that, and know that whatever has happened for them, you are more than deserving of having that for yourself. The next thing that I want to say is you should consider charity galas and fundraisers. So, high net worth individuals attend these for social impact and networking. It is one of the most amazing places to rub elbows with people who are doing well for themselves. It's one of the best places to get mentors. It's one of the best places to really stand out and connect, especially if you're looking for a romantic partner. You're looking for a man who's generous, a man who is willing to give to others. This is a great environment to see that and connect. It's super important that you are of a giving heart, of a giving mind. Obviously, those who make a significant amount of money know that there are tax benefits to giving to a certain extent, right? So being around people who understand those certain nuances of, tax regulation, as well as having naturally a giving heart, puts you in the right space to just surround yourself with that good opulent energy. Now, the next things that I'm going to say may not be, activities that you partake in on a weekly, monthly, or even bi-monthly basis, but I think that there are cool activities and just little bonuses that you can add to just add an extra oomph of luxury to your life. So that would be staycation, doing a staycation at a nice boutique, a nice five-star hotel. Think Satai vibes. You don't have to go, out of your city. That's the whole point of experiencing a staycation. But there's something about being in a hotel and being surrounded by, nice, luxurious things of a nice 4 or 5 star hotel that just makes you feel just extra luxurious, extra comfortable. You just feel like you're basking in pure bliss. I want you to also try out a five dining, restaurant. Go on a solo date. Take yourself on a solo date monthly. One of my favorite books that I read a couple years back was Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And one of the things that he says in the books, I believe it's T. Harv Eker, he says that you need to put yourself in the places, in the positions that successful people, rich people, people with opulent mindsets are and frequent, right? So you may, at your current point in time, not be able to, eat at Nobu every week, right? But let's say you decide that you want to go grab appetizers at Nobu, something small. Instead of you saying that you're going to spend that money on takeout or eating, out at your local Chinese food spot, which nothing is wrong with, you save maybe 2 weeks of that money that you would normally allocate to that. And you say, I'm going to take myself out on a date to a nice 4 or 5 star restaurant, you know, something nice. Instead of you saying, hey, I'm going to spend money on things that don't serve me, subscriptions, use it towards that. Also consider attending a wine tasting or mixology night. People who live opulent lives, even if they're not fond of drinking themselves, typically know how to pair drinks with the right meal to curate the right, appetite, to curate the right taste for meals, for foods, things of that nature. I want you to also consider joining a high end fitness class. So, this could be Pilates, bear, boxing club, you name it. Whatever you've been thinking about doing, take a class. Me personally, I do have a regular gym that I go to, but I love to take workout classes at really nice gyms. And the reason being is the environment, the seriousness within people who attend these gyms, because you're spending good money to go here. So best believe that investment is not going out in vain. People who attend these gyms look the part, they look great, they're fit, they're drinking their green juice, they're drinking their water, they're wearing cute workout sets. And especially as women, it's good to see other women doing that and emulating what you're hoping to embody. It honestly just motivates you all the more. Lastly, I want you to take a solo cultural day. And this could be to a theater, this could be to a jazz club. This is really just to submerge yourself in something that you're not typically used to doing, especially if you're someone who is not used to being a part of the art world. This is something that you want to learn how to do because those who live opulent lives, those that are wealthy, really understand the importance of being socially and culturally well rounded. And I know the word worldly has a very negative connotation, but Worldly in the sense of you are able to relate and speak on a multitude of different things culturally. You know good music, you know good food, you know good theater, you know whatever the case may be. Being able to speak and, piggyback off of when somebody else is speaking about that topic is really big. So I hope you've learned quite a few bits about great, luxurious activities that you should be submerging yourself with. I'd love to hear what activities are you going to start implementing on a monthly or bi weekly basis. Let me know below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.